They say every fortress has its weaknesses, but what if I told you? Understanding female weaknesses isn't about exploiting them, but about deepening your connections, enhancing your influence, and truly understanding what drives attraction. Too many men remain clueless about what women secretly desire, what they fear, and where they feel most vulnerable. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of female psychology that most men will never grasp. Ready to unlock the truth? Let's dive in. Welcome back to Stoic 95, where we dive deep into attraction, relationships, and the psychology behind what truly makes people tick. Today's topic is one that can be easily misunderstood. When we talk about female weaknesses, we're not talking about flaws or imperfections. Instead, we're discussing those areas where women feel most vulnerable, most emotional, and most influenced. Understanding these aspects is essential for building genuine connections and knowing how to navigate attraction effectively. Why is this important? Because whether you're looking to build a lasting relationship or simply improve your social skills, understanding these psychological aspects is like having the blueprint to the female mind. And today, I'm giving you that blueprint. All right, let's break this down into 8 key insights. As we go through each one, remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness and understanding. So let's begin. Angst. Desire for emotional security. For many women, emotional security isn't just a preference, it's a fundamental need, a sanctuary where true intimacy begins. Before feeling physically or romantically secure, a woman often craves the assurance that her emotions are valued, understood, and protected. Imagine standing on a fragile bridge stretched across a vast chasm, without the certainty that it will hold her weight. Every step feels uncertain, hesitant. Emotional security acts as the sturdy foundation beneath her feet, allowing her to venture forward with confidence. It's the warmth of knowing she can be vulnerable without fear of judgment or betrayal. Think about it. How can genuine attraction or intimacy flourish if she constantly feels guarded or misunderstood? A woman who senses empathy, consistency, and unwavering support will naturally let her guard down. This doesn't mean showering her with empty reassurances, but rather proving through action that her feelings are safe in your presence. Whether it's remembering the small details she shares, offering a listening ear during moments of doubt, or standing by her side during life's storms, these actions speak louder than words. Just as a tree's roots must be deep and steady to withstand fierce winds, emotional security forms the unshakable roots of true connection. Attraction to leadership and confidence. A confident man who leads with certainty is undeniably magnetic. It's not the shallow bravado of arrogance or the empty swagger of egotism, but a calm, unwavering self-assuredness rooted in competence and purpose. Picture a man who walks into a room with his shoulders back, eyes steady, and voice clear, someone who doesn't seek approval, but commands respect through his presence alone. His decisions are deliberate, his words intentional, and his actions aligned with a deeper sense of direction. Women are naturally drawn to this kind of leadership because it signals strength and reliability. It's the difference between a man who panics under pressure and one who remains composed when chaos erupts. Imagine a scenario: a group stranded on a hiking trail after nightfall. While most panic or argue, one man takes charge with calm efficiency, organizing the group, assessing resources, and guiding them to safety. It's this poise under stress, the quiet confidence that whispers, "I know what to do," that sparks deep attraction. But why? Because true confidence provides security. It assures her that in a world full of uncertainty, there's someone capable of navigating the storm. Have you ever noticed how a woman's gaze lingers on the man who speaks with conviction or makes decisions with calm authority? It's an instinctive response, a gravitational pull towards certainty in a sea of hesitation. Leadership is not about dominance. It's about guidance, clarity, and the quiet power of a man who knows who he is and where he's going. 3. Craving for validation and appreciation. Women deeply desire acknowledgement and appreciation for their efforts, qualities, and even the smallest gestures that often go unnoticed. Think about it. How often do we take for granted the warmth of a home-cooked meal, the thoughtful text sent during a hectic day, or the unwavering support offered when life feels overwhelming? It's not just about the grand gestures. It's about noticing the subtle details she pours herself into, whether it's the way she carefully chooses her words to comfort you or the quiet strength she shows during challenging times. Compliments lose their power when they're generic or insincere. Instead, pay attention. Did she change her hairstyle? Notice it. Did she put effort into organizing something special? Acknowledge it. Gratitude, when genuine, becomes a mirror reflecting her worth back to her, affirming that her efforts aren't slipping into the void. And it's not about flattery. It's about authenticity. When was the last time you told her how much her presence truly means to you? Words of appreciation, when heartfelt, have the power to deepen bonds and make her feel truly seen, valued, and cherished. Fear of rejection and abandonment is a shadow that lurks within many of us, influencing our actions and shaping our desires in ways we often fail to recognize. It's the sting of isolation that echoes from childhood wounds or past heartbreaks, lingering like a phantom pain. Imagine the anxious lover who checks their phone obsessively, dreading the silence between messages, or the friend who bends over, backward to please others, terrified of being cast aside. This fear, raw and unspoken, drives people to cling to relationships that no longer serve them, or to avoid genuine connection altogether, preferring the safety of emotional distance over the vulnerability of intimacy. Can you recall a moment when you hesitated to speak your truth, fearing it might push someone away? Or when you suppressed your desires to maintain harmony, sacrificing authenticity for acceptance? Understanding how deeply rooted this fear can be, how it coils around our hearts and dictates our actions, helps you approach others with greater empathy and patience. It allows you to see beyond the surface, to recognize that defensiveness, neediness, or aloofness often stem from a primal urge to avoid pain. And when you grasp this truth, your interactions become more compassionate, your words more healing. How differently would your relationships look if you responded to others? Fears with kindness rather than frustration? 5. Desire for novelty and excitement. Stagnation is the silent killer of attraction, a creeping dullness that saps the thrill from even the most promising connections. Think about it. How often have you found yourself drifting away from someone, not out of dislike, but out of sheer monotony? The truth is, our minds are wired to crave novelty, to be stirred by the unexpected. Just as a spark needs air to ignite into flame, attraction needs freshness and excitement to stay alive. It's the difference between a relationship that feels like an adventure and one that feels like a chore. Imagine planning a surprise weekend getaway or trying something as simple as cooking a new dish together. The laughter, the shared curiosity, the exhilaration of experiencing something new, it all adds fuel to the fire. It's why the early stages of attraction feel so intoxicating. The mystery, the unpredictability, the sense of discovery. But what happens when comfort becomes complacency? How many relationships fade into the background, not because of conflict, but because of familiarity left unchecked? Keeping things fresh doesn't demand grand gestures. It's about cultivating a sense of playfulness and spontaneity. A well-timed compliment, an unexpected date night, or diving into a new hobby together. These small acts of novelty breathe life into connections, because at its core, attraction is a dance between comfort and excitement, and the moment you stop moving, the music begins to fade. 6. Emotional connection through vulnerability. Emotional connection thrives in the fertile ground of vulnerability. Imagine a man who, instead of hiding behind a facade of stoicism, dares to reveal his fears, dreams, and insecurities. When he speaks not just of his victories but also his struggles, it's as if he's inviting her into the most guarded corners of his soul. This willingness to be genuine, to shed the armor and show his true self, creates a magnetic pull, one rooted in trust and authenticity. Consider a moment where he admits feeling lost after a career setback, or expresses the quiet loneliness of chasing ambitions in a world that rarely pauses to listen. Isn't there something powerful in that honesty? It's not about weakness, it's about courage. And as he opens up, he extends an unspoken invitation for her to do the same, crafting a safe space where emotional intimacy can flourish. Women often yearn for this kind of depth, a connection that transcends superficial charm or scripted compliments. They crave the comfort of knowing they aren't alone in their own vulnerabilities. How often do we hide our true selves, fearing judgment or rejection? But when a man steps forward, unafraid to be real, it becomes an unshakable foundation for connection. It tells her that beyond the masks and bravado, there exists a soul willing to be seen and embraced. Influence of social proof. The influence of social proof on attraction is undeniable and deeply rooted in human psychology. Imagine walking into a room where everyone's eyes seem to light up when you speak. Your words carry weight, your presence commands attention. This isn't mere coincidence, it's social proof at work. When others respect and admire you, it crafts an aura of credibility and desirability that's hard to ignore. Why? Because people are naturally drawn to those who are validated by their peers. It's the reason why charismatic leaders, celebrities, and even confident social figures often attract others effortlessly. Think about how someone's allure multiplies when you hear others praise their kindness, intelligence, or resilience. It's not just their traits, it's the collective endorsement that amplifies their appeal. Our minds subconsciously equate social validation with value, security, and worthiness. If everyone else sees something remarkable in you, it must be true, right? So when you cultivate respect and admiration within your social circles, you're not only enhancing your reputation, you're elevating your attractiveness. After all, people are instinctively drawn to what others find valuable. 8. Need for consistency and stability. Consistency and stability are the unshakable pillars upon which deep, lasting connections are built. While fleeting thrills and spontaneous gestures can spark attraction, it's the steady, reliable presence that truly cements a bond. Imagine the allure of a thrilling roller coaster. Its twists and drops electrify the senses, but the rush fades the moment the ride ends. Now contrast that with the quiet comfort of a lighthouse, its beam cutting through darkness, unwavering and dependable. It's that steadfast glow that sailors trust their lives to, not the unpredictable flash of lightning. In relationships, consistency is the reassuring warmth of daily kindness, the reliable echo of promises kept, the calm embrace that endures even when passion ebbs and flows. It's sending a good morning text every day, listening with genuine interest even after years together, showing up when it matters most. Without consistency, even the grandest gestures feel hollow, like castles built on sand. So, ask yourself, what good is passion if it burns out with the first gust of wind? Stability provides the fertile ground where love can grow roots, where trust can flourish without fear, It's the invisible thread weaving moments into memories, turning fleeting attraction into something enduring, something real. Conclusion. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's one insight that surprised you the most, or maybe one you've experienced firsthand? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Understanding female weaknesses isn't about control. It's about awareness, connection, and authenticity. When you understand what women truly desire and fear, you unlock the ability to build deeper, more meaningful relationships. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you stay tuned for more insights. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing.